Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is June 23rd, Thursday, June 23rd at 9:03 p.m. here in Maui, on the island of Maui. Had a beautiful day today, but also had a run-in with death today. I want to tell you a little bit about it. So, with my wife, my daughter, my sister-in-law, we went down to McKenna Beach, place that is known to have very dangerous, very aggressive, very volatile waves. My wife and my daughter and my sister-in-law are brave. I thought I would sit back and watch for a while. The waves looked a bit too volatile for me, and I wasn't interested in jumping into all of that volatility. It was so dangerous that there were 2 lifeguards on duty. I didn't see lifeguards at any other beach. But at this beach, 2 lifeguards in a lifeguard tower were on duty, and they were making announcements like every 15 minutes telling us how dangerous these waves were, to be careful, how many accidents and injuries there are, and even fatalities that have happened on this beach because of people not knowing how to address these waves. And so they gave us the strategy. The strategy is very simple. If you want to engage the wave, what you have to do is when you approach the wave, you have to dive into the bottom of the wave. Okay, that's how you do it. You dive into the bottom of the wave, and the energy will pass over you. And then you come up on top, right? Makes sense. So my wife, my daughter, my sister-in-law, they go out there, and I watch them. And what do? They walk up, they kind of wade out a little bit, and here comes a big old wave. And what do? They dive into the bottom of the waves. Just like the man said. They were listening to the man. They did what the man said. Now I'm scared, but I'm watching them do it. I'm scared, but I'm watching them do it. Finally, my wife comes and says, "Baby, do you want to give this a try?" I said, "Sure, why not? Let's go for this. Let's take a plunge, right?" So I'm armed with the proper information. I've got the strategy. Dive into the bottom of the wave. So I wade out, and here comes this big wave. And I see the wave, and I panic. And this moment of fear grips my heart. And what happens in that moment of fear is that my brain dumps all of the information that I've just learned. This beautifully pristine strategy, go low, it just goes right out the window. And for some reason, I decide I need to jump into the top of this wave. I need to jump over this wave. I need to jump into this wave. And so I approach this wave, and by the time I get there, I realize that what I'm jumping into is a wall of water. And sure enough, I jump into this wave, and the wave slams me down on the floor of the ocean on my back. Thankfully, I get up without any major injury. I'm still a little sore. I was definitely a bit shaken up. But that could have been a broken neck, a broken spinal cord. That could have been a serious injury or even death. I think the Lord was merciful to me in that moment. Now, as I was collecting myself and making my way back to the shore, I just kept thinking about Bitcoin, and I talked to my wife about it. And my wife actually said, the key with dealing with these waves is the same as investing in Bitcoin, in crypto. It's simple. You dive low, because if you dive into the bottom of the wave, you come out on top of the wave. But if you jump into the top of the wave, you end up on the bottom. So my wife and my daughter and my sister-in-law were diving into the bottom, but coming out on top. I jumped into the top and was slammed down to the ocean floor. Does that sound familiar? The people who buy down here, they get to take profit up here. But the people who buy up here, they get slammed down to the bottom of the floor. I mean, it's very simple. It's very intuitive, isn't it? But why can't we do it? We all know that, it's so simple. In order to do well in crypto or any investment, you've got to buy low and sell high, right? You don't jump into the top of the wave, you jump into the bottom of the wave. You buy low and sell high. What causes us to buy high and sell low? It's just like I talked about yesterday. Fear of missing out causes us to buy high. Fear of loss causes us to buy low. But fear of volatility keeps us on the sidelines looking in. The only question for the true investor is where is the bottom? Not where is the top, but where is the bottom? The top is only meaningful to the person who has bought at the bottom. Or should I say, the top is supremely meaningful only to the person who bought at the bottom. And so, when I talk about sleep in peace, wake in joy, walk in love, all of that, the closer you buy to the top, the less peace you're going to have when you sleep at night, the less joy you're going to have in the morning, and conversely, the less love you're going to have during the day. Now, these are called counterintuitive realities. Counterintuitive realities are realities that do not submit. They are contrary to what we might call common sense. They require us to do the opposite of what seems natural, of what seems normal. And life is full of these counterintuitive realities. It's interesting that just when the price of Bitcoin gets good, gets down to the place where it makes sense to buy it, interest in the market just kind of disappears. I mean, if we saw Bitcoin pump 200 or 300%, I guarantee you the buzz would be out of control. Bitcoin dropped 70%, and people just aren't interested. Their interest has waned. And even those of us who are still in the market, the only question for us is, when is it going to spike? When is the bull run going to continue? But may I submit to you that the lower it goes, the better it gets. The deeper the bottom, the more meaningful the top. And another way of saying that, just straight up, is that the lower it goes, the richer you're going to be. Best bet, our best case scenario, is that it goes down to this line here at $11,866. I mean, that would be the best bet for all of us. Because, think about it. Wouldn't you like to be the guy that bought it here at $3,900 instead of the guy that sold it there at $3,900? This top here at $69,000 meant the most to the guy who bought it down here at $3,900. Now, maybe you didn't buy it at $3,900, but you could have bought it at $5,300, or you could have bought it at $9,487. The point I'm making is that the bottom is where the meaning is, where the value is. And all we're doing right now is we're playing a game of find the bottom. And we're playing it not only with Bitcoin, but we're playing it with the entire crypto market. I was taking a look at the THETA token chart earlier today, and what I see is hidden bullish divergence on the daily chart as we made a lower low in the price, and we're making a higher low in the RSI. My friends, that is hidden bullish divergence. But then you go to the 4-hour chart, and we're in an ascending triangle, which is typically bearish. So in an ascending triangle, an ascending wedge, we tend to break down bearish and come back and revisit lower levels before we break out again. That could be what happens here with Theta token. It may not. But then we've got some surprises, like XRP is in this symmetric triangle, and we saw hidden bearish divergence in the RSI, which typically indicates a bearish break. And what do? We get this bullish break. Right? I just posted this chart to my Patreon group last night saying the hidden bearish divergence. You see we're making higher highs in the RSI but lower highs in the price. The thing to remember about divergences is that when it has to do with the highs, it's always bearish. And when it has to do with the lows, it's always bullish. And so the only difference is higher lows in the price, lower lows in the RSI is called classic bearish divergence. And lower lows in the price and higher lows in the RSI is called hidden bearish divergence. Bullish, sorry. When it's the lows, it's always bullish. When it's the highs, it's always bearish. If you remember that, don't forget that. But we saw this bullish break with XRP, which is wonderful. We also saw a bullish break with XLM. And I was expecting a breakdown there as well. Why? Because we've got this hidden bearish divergence in the RSI. We're making lower highs in the price, but higher highs in the RSI. That is typically hidden bearish divergence, which means we would break down. But instead, we broke out. We're not seeing a breakout with BCH. We're seeing hidden bearish divergence there. So across the market, I'm seeing this hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. I'm even seeing it on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Hidden bearish divergence. See this? Lower highs in the price, higher highs in the RSI. We're getting diminishing returns on the RSI on the Bitcoin chart. This seems indicative to me of the idea that we're going to break down again. However, we may, before we break down, and I've been expecting this actually as a possibility at least, we may revisit this local high here at about $22,000 and get rejected there. I do expect us to get rejected there and come back down and visit some of these lower areas. So, you know, we're watching this market, folks. We're watching it. All I know is that the big money is waiting at the bottom. And we can't be the big money, but we can be the smart money. And it's counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive because it simply means that we got to dive when everyone else jumps. And a lot of folks get wrecked in the crypto market. They break their financial necks. Hold on a second. Hello?
So we have one cheeseburger and like a sandwich thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Mine is a chicken burger.
Okay.
Yours is a cheeseburger. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, bye. Forgot about that. A lot of people get wrecked in the crypto market by jumping into the waves. They break their necks. They get injured financially. But we're going to do the counterintuitive. We're going to dive to the bottom. But please remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy, nor am I telling you to sell, nor am I telling you to refrain from buying, nor am I telling you to refrain from selling, nor am I telling you to hold. I'm simply telling you what I see in these here charts. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like this video if you liked it. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think. Love to hear what you would like for me to cover in future videos. Love to hear your thoughts. And above all, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.